Hare Krishna, Usha Mataji. Hare Krishna, Debashish Prabhuji. Dhanat Pranam. So, if you're ready for the recitation, kindly start the recitation with invocation prayers. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Shall I start, Prabhu?
Debashish Prabhuji, are you ready, Prabhuji?
I'm ready, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Mataji, kindly start.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 24. Sanjaya Uvacha. एवमुक्त ऋषिकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम्.
Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties.
भीष्मद्रोण प्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महेशितान् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् समवेतान् कुरुनिति.
In the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all the other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus assembled here.
तत्र पश्य स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄन् च पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा स्वसुरान् सुहृदिश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि.
There Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his father, grandfathers, teacher, material uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friend, and also his father-in-laws and well-wishers.
तान् समीक्ष्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टो विषिदन्निदमाब्रवीत्.
When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with composition and spoke thus.
अर्जुन उवाच द्रष्टवेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सं समुपस्थितं विदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशोष्यति.
Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up.
वेपथुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्ष च जायते गाण्डीवं संसते हस्तान् तत् वाक्ये चैव परिदह्यते.
My whole body is trembling. My hair is standing on end. My bows Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning.
न शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव.
I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself, and my mind is reeling. I see only cause of misfortune, O Krishna, killer of Kashi demon.
न च श्रेयोऽनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनम् आहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च.
I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsman in this battle. Nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness.
किन्नरविजयं गोविन्द किं भोटे जीवितेन वा येषामर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगाः सुखानि च त इमितवस्थितयुद्धे प्राणस्य त्वादनानि च आचार्याः पितरः पुत्रस्त तथैव च पितामहः मातुलः श्वशुरः पुत्रः श्यालाः सबन्धेस्तथा एतान् हन्तुमिच्छामि ज्ञतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतुः किं नु मही कृते निहत्य धार्तराष्ट्रान्नः का प्रीतिः स्यात् जनार्दन.
Prabhuji, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu. Yes. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, father-in-law, grandson, brother-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this world. What pleasure will we derive from the killing of the sons of Dhritarashtra?
पापमेवाश्रयेदस्मान् अद्वैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नार्हा वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् सबान्धवान् स्वजनं हि कथं हत्वा सुखिनः श्याम माधव.
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain? O Krishna, husband of goddess of fortune, and how could we be happy by killing our own kinsman?
यद्यप्येतेन पश्यन्ति लोभोपहतचेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रदोहे च घातकम् कथं न ज्ञेयमस्माभिः पापदस्मन्नवर्तितुं कुलाक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रपश्य द्विजनार्दन.
O Janardhana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault of killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we? Who can see the crime in destroying a family? engage in this act of sin.
कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मः सनातनः धर्मे नष्टे कुलं कृत्स्नं धर्मोऽपि भवत्युतः।
With the destruction of the dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family become involved in irreligion.
अधर्माभिभवात् कृष्ण प्रदुष्यन्ति कुलस्त्रियः स्त्रीषु द्रष्टासु भाष्णेय जायते वर्णशङ्करः।
When the irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted. And from the degradation of the womanhood, O descendant of Vrashni, come unwanted progeny.
शङ्करो नरकायेव कुलघ्नानां कुलस्य च पतन्ति पितरो येषां लुप्तपिण्डोदकक्रियः।
An increase of unwanted population certainly cause hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family traditions. These ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performance for offering them food and water are entirely stopped.
दोषैरे ते हि कुलघ्नानां वर्णशङ्करकारकैः उच्चादन्ते चापि धर्मः कुलधर्माश्च शाश्वतः।
By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated.
उत्सन्कुलधर्माणां मनुष्याणां जनार्दन नरके नियतं वासो भवतीत्युमनुशुश्रुम।
O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by the disciplic successions that those who family tradition are destroyed dwell always in hell.
अहो बत महत्पापं कर्तुव्यवसिता वयं यदाच्य सुखलोभेन हन्तुं स्वजनमुद्यतः।
Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful act, driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. We are intent on killing our own kinsman.
यदि मम प्रतीकारम् अशस्त्रं शस्त्रपाणयः धातराष्ट्रारणे हन्यस्तन्मे क्षेमतरं भवेत्।
Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra's weapons in hand were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield.
संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वार्जुनः सङ्ख्ये रथोपस्थ उपविशत् विसृज्य ससरं चापं शोकसंविघ्नमानसः।
Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. Hare Krishna.
ओम तत्सत् श्री श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासूपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे
अर्जुन विषाद योगो नाम
नाम प्रथम अध्याय. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Please forgive me any mistake.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful recitations in Sanskrit, and Devashish Prabhuji, very nicely recited. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Okay, shall we move to the next part of our program? It is the Japa session. Now we are sharply on time, our programs, and we got devotees joined. Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Prabhavati Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Asha Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Shridhar Govindas Prabhuji and Supriya Gopi Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Okay, so, so can I request any devotees to, if there are children, that is good, and otherwise big children is also good, to do the Panchatattva mantra 3 times, then we shall start our japa. And dear devotees, kindly unmute and chant wherever it is possible.
I will recite the Panchatattva mantra.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, if anyone has not yet completed the chanting, kindly complete the chanting behind. So meanwhile, we shall move into the next part of our program. So it is the Kirtan. So today our Kirtaniya is Sita Sundari Mataji. Mataji is not here. Can I request any volunteers to do the Kirtan, please? Anyone would like to? Deepti Mataji, would you like to do Kirtan, Mataji? If you are available.
Yes, Prabhu. I don't have the lyrics, but this one I just know. Is it okay if I just sing?
Yes, Mataji. So which one, which song, Mataji?
It's like Kabhi Ram Banke, Kabhi Shyam Banke.
Kabhi Ram.
Kabhi Ram Banke.
This
Kabhi
one.
Ram Banke, Kabhi Shyam Banke. Yeah, that one. There should be a lyric somewhere. But I think that some lyrics can be a little bit different. But yeah, that's the one.
Is it ISKCON Gaudiya song?
I just know from when I like listen online, so I'm not sure where is it from, Prabhu. Sorry.
Okay, Mataji, so I don't see the lyrics.
Yeah. The first one, yeah, that one, the one you were clicking. Underneath. That.
It's a Hindi song. Okay. Are you is it okay, Mataji?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want someone to respond behind you, or you are good for with your side?
Yeah, whoever wants to, yeah, please do so. Oops, sorry. It's keep on going off from here. Okay.
Okay. Sita Sundari Mataji, would you like to?
The other Mataji is supposed to sing. Is she here? She can sing it if she's here.
No, please do Mataji, no worries.
No, Mataji,
you both can do otherwise.
No, go ahead. Yes, Mataji. Maybe, but I can't read the Sanskrit.
This
Sorry
is
for
Hindi,
that.
Mataji. So
Yeah, I can't read. I can't.
okay, let's
Like,
see.
no problem. Just
Okay.
go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Next
कभी
time.
राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. Anyone singing or should I just continue? कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. तुम राम रूप में आना तुम राम रूप में आना. सीता साथ लेके धनुष हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. तुम श्याम रूप में आना तुम श्याम रूप में आना. राधा साथ लेके बंसी हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. तुम विष्णु रूप में आना तुम विष्णु रूप में आना. लक्ष्मी साथ लेके चक्र हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. तुम शिव के रूप में आना तुम शिव के रूप में आना. गौरा साथ लेके डमरू हाथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. तुम गणपति रूप में आना तुम गणपति रूप में आना. रिद्धि साथ लेके सिद्धि साथ लेके चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. कभी राम बन के कभी श्याम बन के चले आना प्रभु जी चले आना. हरे कृष्णा प्रभु.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very beautiful Mataji. So I don't know if we have got translation here. Okay. Would you like
Very
to?
beautiful, Mataji.
Very beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So could you please give just brief introduction, Mataji, for this song?
It's basically like the Prabhu comes in a different group, like in the Ram, Sham. He's the Vishnu, and he's the Mahadev, and he's the Ganeshji as well. So like it's just like singing the glory of Lord in all forms with the consorts. Like
Okay.
so, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank
Very
you, Hare
nice.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sita Sundari Mataji, would you like to go? So another 6 minutes.
Yeah, maybe I can. Can I do a bhajan, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
I am not well prepared. Just one, it was done by other devotees also before. So গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর।
Habib word.
Yes, this one.
Yes, yes.
Just please excuse me because it's first time and it's very nice bhajan. I like this one, but maybe I can't do like others. I will try just. Okay. Hare Krishna. গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে বহে নীর। গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হইবে পুলক শরীর, হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে বহে নীর। আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদ করুণা করি সংসার বাসনা মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে। আর কবে নিতাই চাঁদ করুণা করিবে সংসার বাসনা মোর কবে তুচ্ছ হবে। বিষয় ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন, কবে হামুখে রব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন। বিষয় ছাড়িয়া কবে শুদ্ধ হবে মন, কবে হামোহে রব শ্রী বৃন্দাবন। রূপ রঘুনাথ বলি হইবে আকুতি, কবে হামু বুঝো বসে যুগল প্রীতি। রূপ রঘুনাথ বলি হইবে আকুতি, কবে হাম বুঝো বসে যুগল প্রীতি। রূপ রঘুনাথ পদে রহু মোর আশু, প্রার্থনা করো এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস। গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হবে পুলক শরীর হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে বহে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শ্রীবাসাদি গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শিবাসাদি গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে গৌরাঙ্গ বলিতে হইবে পুলক শরীর হরি হরি বলিতে নয়নে বহে নীর হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধা গোকুলানন্দ রাধা গোকুলানন্দ রাধে জয় রাধা লন্ডনেশ্বর রাধা লন্ডনেশ্বর রাধে জয় জগন্নাথ জগন্নাথ বলদেব জয় সুভদ্রা জয় রাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান জয় সীতারাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান জয় সীতারাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান জয় সীতারাম লক্ষ্মণ হনুমান জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ হরে কৃষ্ণ
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful and deep Kirtan. Thank you so much. It seems there are small translations. Can I request any devotees to read the translations? Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji, would you like to read? Malti Mataji, would you like?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Translation. When will that opportune moment come to me, when there will be a shivering of the body as soon as I chant Lord Gauranga's name? And after the shivering, while chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be a tears pouring down from my eyes? When will that day comes when Lord Nityananda, causeless mercy, is bestowed upon me, so that my desire of material enjoyment become very insignificant? When my mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavana and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful. When shall I be very much eager to study the books left by the six Goswamis? One has to learn of the conjugal love affairs of Radha Krishna through the teaching of these six Goswamis. Narottama Das always wishes to understand this conjugal love under the direction of the six Goswamis.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
It's a very deep song. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
very
Mataji.
deep. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice.
Okay, so thank you so much. So we shall move to the next part of our program. That is Guru Vandana by Mampisaha Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevalo Bhakoti Shadma
Sri Guru Charana Padmo Kevala Bhakti Sadmo
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevalo Bhakti Shadma
Sri Guru Charana Padmo Kevali Bhakti Sadmo
Bandhamoye Shabadhana Mate
Bandhamoye Shabadhana Mate
Bandhamoye Shabadhana Mate
Bandhamoye Shabadhana Mate
Jaharo Prashade Bha
এ ভব তরিয়া যায়
যাহার প্রসাদে ভাই এ ভব তরিয়া যায়
যাহার প্রসাদে ভাই এ ভব তরিয়া যায়
যাহার প্রসাদে ভাই এ ভব তরিয়া যায়
কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে
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 গুরু মুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তে করিয়া ঐক্য
গুরু মুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তে করিয়া
গুরু মুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তে করিয়া ঐক্য
গুরু মুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তে করিয়া ঐক্য
আর না করি মনে আশা
আর না করিও মনে আশা
আর না করি মনে আশা
আর না করিও মনে আশা
শ্রী গুরু চরণে রথি এসে উত্তম গতি
শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এসে উত্তম গতি
শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এসে উত্তম গতি
শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এসে উত্তম গতি
যে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা
সে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা
যে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা
সে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা
চক্ষু দান দিল যে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সেই
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 দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত
দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত
দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত
দিব্য জ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত
প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে
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 বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত
বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত
বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত
বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত
শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু
শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনর বন্ধু
শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু
শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনর বন্ধু
লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন
লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন
লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন
লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন
আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া
আহা প্রভু কর মোরে পদ ছায়া
আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ 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 মোরে পদ ছায়া
এবে যশ ভূষুক ত্রিভুবন
দেবে জয় সুশুক্তি ভুবন
এবে যশ ভূষুক ত্রিভুবন
দেবে জয় সুশুক্তি ভুবন
এবে যশ ভূষুক ত্রিভুবন
দেবে জয় সুশুক্তি ভুবন
আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া
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 এবে যশ ভূষুক ত্রিভুবন
দেবে জয় সুশুক্তি ভুবন
প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন
প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন
শিলা প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন
প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন
গুরুদেব লইল শরণ
গুরুদেব লইল শরণ
জয় প্রভুপাদা 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 শ্রীলা প্রভুপাদা
জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 শিল প্রভুপাদ
জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ
জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ
জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় শ্রীলা প্রভুপাদ
জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ শিল জয় প্রভুপাদ
প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ শ্রীলা প্রভুপাদ
প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very deep and very devotional and very pleasant. Thank you so much, Mataji. Glorifying the Guru Charana. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you.
Okay, so now shall move to the next part of our program. It is Mangala Charan prayers by Bhaktini Malati Mataji. Hare Krishna, Malati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So when you're ready, kindly start, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanan Salakaya Chachuranmilitam Enam Tasmai Sri Gaurave Namaha. Prabhuji, I have to translate
No,
also?
Mataji, just only Sanskrit.
Okay. Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Sava Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yukta Padakamalam Sri Guruna Vaishnavasam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Vitam Tam Sajivam Savadutam Sa साधवितं सावधूतं परजनं सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदं सह गण ललिता श्रीविशंखावितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते तप्तकांच गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणनामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष्य शून्यवादी पाश्चात्देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Two more times, Mataji mantra.
Sorry, Babu.
Two more times this mantra.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. प्रभुपाद की जय.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully recited Mangala Charan prayers.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so Premadvani prayers. Can I request any devotees to lead this Premadvani prayers? Okay, otherwise, Asha Mataji, would you like to lead?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Okay, one moment. Uh, one moment. Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, yes. Jaya Nitya Leela.
Yeah. Jaya Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Acharya Astostra Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrakshacharya Astostra Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai.
ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
प्रेम से हहु श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय.
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरिगोवर्धन की जय.
Jai.
वृंदावन धाम की जय.
Jai.
मथुरा धाम की जय.
Jai.
नवदीप धाम की जय.
Jai.
जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय.
Jai.
गंगा माई की जय.
Jai.
यमुना माई की जय.
Jai.
तुलसी देवी की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय.
Jai.
विहार मृदंग की जय.
Jai.
समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय.
Jai.
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
Hari
हरि
Hari
बोल.
Bo.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare
All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Always to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, very beautifully led the Srimad praise. Okay, so that's where we have completed all our Mangalacharan prayers. Okay, so we shall move to the next part of our program. So, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, we are starting our introduction today. So, Adilila. So, this dedication, Prabhupada is presented this Chaitanya Charitamrita to his friends and devotees who like to read Prabhupada's books and who have approached Prabhupada to request that Prabhupada rendered the great Chaitanya Charitamrita into English. So likewise, Prabhupada has dedicated this Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so we shall enter into the introduction of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it is a long read, but we like to cover every word of Prabhupada. So there is a great work behind it and a great meaning behind it, a great theme behind it. And it is for us, it is for us. Okay, can we request any devotees to lead this reading?
I can Prabhu.
Yes. Okay. So yes, it is very beautiful Prabhuji, Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji and Satya Gopi Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So maybe we can take at least 6 paragraphs each, and then we will turn to the different devotees.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
And before we start, Prabhuji, maybe Panchatattva mantra and another verse is also there, like Panchatattvapmakam Krishnam Bhaktaru. So could you please recite those 2 verses as well, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. I just, yeah.
If possible.
I'll just say the Panchatattva mantra, Prabhu.
Yes, sure, Prabhu, that's fine.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Introduction. Was delivered as 5 morning lectures on the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the authoritative biography of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami before the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, New York City, April 10 to 14, 1967. The word Chaitanya means living force, Charita means character, and Amrita means immortal. As living entity, we can move, but a table cannot because it does not possess a living force. Movement and activity may be considered sign or symptoms of the living force. Indeed, it may be said that there can be no activity without the living force. Although the living force is present in the material condition, this condition is not Amrita, immortal. The words Chaitanya Charitamrita then may be translated as the character of the living force in immortality. But how is this living force displayed immortal? It is not displayed by a man or any other creature in this material universe, for none of us are immortal in these bodies. We possess the living force, we perform activities, and we are immortal by our nature and constitution. But the material condition into which we have been put does not allow our immortality to be displayed. It is stated in the Katha Upanishad that eternity and the living force belongs to both ourselves and God. Although this is true in that both God and ourselves are immortal, there is a difference. As living entity, we perform many activities, but we have a tendency to fall down into material nature. God has no such tendency. Being all-powerful, he never comes under the control of material nature. Indeed, material nature is but one display of his inconceivable energies. Analogy will help us to understand distinction between ourselves and God. From the ground, we may see only clouds in the sky, but if we fly above the clouds, we can see the sun shining. From the sky, skyscrapers and cities seem very tiny. Similarly, from God's position, this entire material creation is insignificant. The tendency of the living entity is to come down from the height where everything can be seen in perspective. God, however, does not have this tendency. The Supreme Lord is not subject to fall down into illusion, Maya, any more than the sun is subject to fall beneath the clouds. Impersonalist philosophers, Mayavadis, maintain that both the living entity and God himself are under the control of Maya. When they come into this material world, this is the fallacy of their philosophy. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should therefore not be considered one of us. He is Krishna himself, the supreme living entity. And as such, he never comes under the cloud of Maya, Krishna. His expansion and even his higher devotees never fall into the clutches of illusion. Lord Chaitanya came to earth simply to preach Krishna Bhakti, love of Krishna. In other words, he is Lord Krishna himself, teaching the living entities the proper way to approach Krishna. He is like a teacher who, seeing a student doing poorly, takes up a pencil and writes saying, do it like this, A, B, C. From this, one should not foolishly think that the teacher is learning his ABCs. Similarly, although Lord Chaitanya appear in this guise of the devotee, we should not foolishly think he is an ordinary human being. We should always remember that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, God himself, teaching us how to become Krishna conscious, and we must study him in that light. In the Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Lord Krishna says, give up all your nonsense and surrender to me. I will protect you. We say, oh, surrender, but I have so many responsibilities. And Maya, illusion, say to us, don't do it, or you will be out of my clutches. Just stay in my clutches and I will kick you. It is a fact that we are constantly being kicked by Maya, just as the male ass is kicked in the face by she ass when he comes for sex. Similarly, cats and dogs are always fighting and winning when they have sex. Even an elephant in the jungle is caught by the use of a trained she-elephant who lets him into a pit. We should learn by observing these tricks of nature.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Can I request Mataji to continue further?
Yes.
Maya has many to entrap us, and her strongest shackle is the female. Of course, in actuality, we are neither male nor female, for these designations refer only to the outer dress, the body. We are all actually Krishna's servants. But in conditioned life, we are shackled by iron chains in the form of beautiful women. Thus, every male is bound by sex, and therefore, one who wishes to gain liberation from the material clutches must first learn to control the sex urge. Unrestricted sex put one fully in the clutches of illusion. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu officially renounced this illusion at the age of 24, although his wife was 16 and his mother 70, and he was the only male in the family. Although he was a Brahmana and was not rich, he took sannyasa, the renounced order of life, and thus extricated himself from family entanglement. If we wish to become fully Krishna conscious, we have to give up the shackles of Maya. Or, if we remain with Maya, we should live in such a way that we will not be subject to illusion, as did the many householders among Lord Chaitanya's closest devotees. With his followers in the renounced order, however, Lord Chaitanya was very strict. He even banished Junior Haridasa, an important Kirtana leader, for glancing lustfully at a woman. The Lord told him, "You are living with me in the renounced order, and yet you are looking at a woman with lust." Other devotees of the Lord had appealed to him. Prabhuji, can you please... what is it? Appeal to him. Where is that? Oh, yeah. To forgive Haridasa, but he replied, "All of you can forgive him and live with him. I shall live alone." On the other hand, when the Lord learned that the wife of one of his householder devotees was pregnant, he asked that the baby be given a certain auspicious name. So while the Lord approved of householders having regulated sex, he was like a thunderbolt with those in the renounced order who tried to cheat by the method known as drinking water underwater while bathing on the fast day. In other words, he tolerated no hypocrisy among his followers. From the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we learn how Lord Chaitanya taught people to break the shackles of Maya and become immortal. Thus, as mentioned above, the title may be properly translated as the character of the living force in mortality, in immortality. The supreme living force is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is also the supreme entity. There are innumerable living entities, and all of them are individuals. This is very easy to understand. We are all individual in our thoughts and desires, and the Supreme Lord is also an individual person. He is different, though, in that he is the leader, the one whom no one can excel. Among the minute living entities, one being can excel another in one capacity or another. Like each of these living entities, the Lord is an individual, but he is different in that he is the supreme individual. God is also infallible, and thus, in the Bhagavad Gita, he is addressed as Achyuta, which means he who never falls down. This name is appropriate because in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna falls into illusion, but Krishna does not. Krishna himself reveals his infallibility when he says to Arjuna, "When I appear in this world, I do so by my own internal potency." Bhagavad Gita 4.6. Should I have to continue, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. So maybe the 2 paragraphs.
Okay, okay. Thus, we should not think that Krishna is overpowered by the material potency when he is in the material world. Neither Krishna nor his incarnations ever come under the control of material nature. They are totally free. Indeed, in Srimad Bhagavatam, one who has a godly nature is actually defined as one who is not affected by the modes of material nature, although in material nature. If even a devotee can attain this freedom, then what to speak of the Supreme Lord? The real question is, how can we remain unpolluted by material contamination while in the material world? Srila Rupa Goswami explains that we can remain uncontaminated while in the world if we simply make it our ambition to serve Krishna. One may then justifiably ask, how can I serve? It is not simply a matter of meditation, which is just an activity of the mind, but of performing practical work for Krishna. In such work, we should leave no resource unused. Whatever is there, whatever we have, should be used for Krishna. We can use everything: typewriters, automobiles, airplanes, missiles. If we simply speak to people about Krishna consciousness, we are also rendering service. If our mind, senses, speech, money, and energy are thus engaged in the service of Krishna, then we are no longer in the material nature. By virtue of spiritual consciousness or Krishna consciousness, we transcend the platform of material nature. It is a fact that Krishna, his expansions, and his devotees, that is, those who work for him, are not in material nature, although people with poor fund of knowledge think they are. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank
So, any summary bullet points, Mataji, from this so far? Would you like to? And Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji, any bullet points you wanted to mention in your readings?
I don't know, Prabhu. Just I need to
He's
read few more times to get summary points.
because there are a lot of philosophy involved
Yeah.
here. Like, I mean, he's explaining, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is explaining that difference between the God and the normal human being. And he mentions that Chaitanya, what is the meaning of Chaitanya means like living force, and Charita means character. Amrita means immortal, like that he's telling. And then how so the Supreme Personality of Godhead is different from the living entities. Like, and he's giving many examples, like God is having inconceivable energies, but human beings, they have tendency to fall down from the material nature. So
here Prabhupada saying about the about the analogy about how we distinguish ourselves between God and Krishna, God and ourselves. So from the crowd, you can see only the cloud, but you go into the sky, then you can able to see the sunshine.
that's a very good
cloud. From there, you will see everything is tiny. Similarly, from the God's position, we all looks very tiny. So we should think, we have to think like God is supreme. We are not in a position to think ourselves as we and God are same. Like the philosophers is thinking in their context, which is not a right way to think. We are under the material entanglement, whereas the Lord is not in that. Lord is not controlled by the Maya. Lord is Maya is one of the internal energy. Lord is one of Maya is the external energy of Lord. So we have to understand that that we are, even though we think that he's a human, but he's not human. He came here to teach us how to develop Krishna Bhakti. So we have to understand that these kind of Vaishnavas, the great Acharyas, they give birth in this material world to teach us how to do Krishna Bhakti, how to be a proper Vaishnavas, rather than they come here just like a normal, ordinary human being.
So he's giving an example like the teacher who teaches ABC. We should not think that teacher is learning from that, but actually his teacher is teaching others. It is the same position where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come himself to teach us about the Krishna consciousness to the entire world. So yeah, and yeah, we can say.
No, this yeah. Next thing Prabhupada is mentioning about that we should not be entangled with the sexual life. Sexual life will put you down, and then you will be kicked by the Maya because you're getting more into the sense gratification, like how the male ass or the male how is following the female ass. Similarly, that we will also be entangled in this kind of the situation. So we're never able to spiritually progress if you are more being involved in this kind of sexual life. So one has to get out of that. And then you're saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was 24, he has a 16 years old wife and mother. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understand that we had to renounce this, then only we can able to move forward. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his family, and then he take the renounce order of life. And then he was an example how to be detached from the material life and how to be in Krishna consciousness. Of course, as a grahastha, we may not we can't, but still we can have we can able to follow the regulations what our acharyas said as a grahastha. In that way, if we can follow sincerely, we can also have a detached life in the family life. So one has to learn all these things to understand how we should live a proper grahastha life, not to be entangled in the lustful with women, and then we have regulated lifestyle to have a child and everything, but not for any kind of sense gratification.
Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving an example that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is banishing junior Haridasa, because with him, even being present with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking up the renounced order of life, he just glancing at the woman lustfully. So on the other hand, he is appreciating the childbirth of a householder, and he is giving a name. So he's making two different examples, like householders must have a regulated sex. So yeah, that's what he says. Yeah.
So thank you, Mataji. And also, further, whenever Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears, so they are completely Sambhavami Atmamaya, by their internal potency, they appear. So there is one more statement here. And this is, and then further, so here one should not think that Krishna is overpowered by the material potency when he is in the material world. He is not name karmanti limpanti name karma paraspruhe. So he is never come under the control of the material nature. He is totally free, independent, Atma Rama.
Yeah.
And Swarat.
Yeah, he don't have birth like us.
Yes. And also, and then further, real question is how we can remain unpolluted by material contamination while in the material world. So Rupa Goswami is mentioning here
Just to serve Krishna.
Ambition to serve Krishna. That is the only motto. This karma apyekam tasya devasya seva. Just Shankaracharya's statement. The activity Amayo Yasha Sarvabhutanam Jayitayena Surata. Tadevihi Amayam Dravyam Na Punari Chikichitam. The living entities come into this material world to perform some kind of activities, the sense gratification. When the same kind of activity is offering to the Lord as a devotional service, that will become as a medicine for a diseased soul. That is, and then further, Prabhupada is bringing that anything, whatever we have in possession, all the material elements, so we can use in the service of Krishna. This is Etavad Janma Sapalyam Dehe Shviha Dehinam Pranaihi Addaihi Diyavacha Shreya Acharanam Sada. This is Krishna's statement to all the Gopa boys by showing a tree as an example. Tree gives all the flowers, fruits, and also shadow. It gives the firewood and everything. While showing that tree as an example to all the people, Krishna was explaining this. Etavad janma sapalyam deheshu iha dehinam pranaihyaddehi diyavacha shreya acharanam sada. Whatever we have got in question, we use in the service of the Lord. Then we are no longer in the material nature. That is, we transcend the platform of material nature. So that is with that. Thank you so much, Mataji. And can I request the devotees take turns to read further? Mampi Mataji. First.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
The Chaitanya Charitamrita
Oh, Hare
teaches
Krishna Prabhu.
that
I can read, but I won't be able to explain them.
Malti Mataji is reading, and then Mampi Mataji will read, take a turn, and then Usha Mataji. Okay. Malti Mataji, so you can just go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 5 paragraphs. That verse as well. Okay. Yes, Mataji, kindly continue.
Prabhuji. The Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches that the spiritual soul is immoral and that our activities in the spiritual world are also immoral. The Mayavadis, who hold the view that the Absolute is impersonal and the formless, contend that a realized soul has no need to talk. But the Vaishnava devotees of Krishna contend that when one reaches the state of realization, he really begins to talk. Previously, we only talk of nonsense. The Vaishnava says, now let us bring our real talks of Krishna. In support of their view that the self-realized remain silent, the Mayavadis are fond of using the example of water pot, maintaining that when a pot is not filled with water, it makes a sound, but that when it is filled, it makes no sound. But are we water pots? How can we be compared to them? A good analogy utilize as many similarities between two objects as possible. A water pot is not an active living force, but we are. Even silent meditation may be adequate for a water pot, but not for us. Indeed, when a devotee realizes how much he has to say about Krishna, 24 hours in a day are not sufficient. Um, it is the fool who is celebrated as long as he does not speak. For when he breaks his silence, his lack of knowledge is exposed. The Chaitanya Charitamrita shows that there are many wonderful things to discover by glorifying the Supreme. In the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami writes, I offer my respect to my spiritual master. Uses the plural here to indicate the displic succession. He offers obeisance not to his spiritual master alone, but to the whole parampara, the chain of displic succession, beginning with the Lord himself. Thus, the author addresses the Guru in the plural to show the highest respect for all his predecessor spiritual masters. After offering obeisance to the disabilic succession, the author pays obeisance to all other devotees, to the Lord Himself, to His incarnation, to the expansion of Godhead, and to manifestation of Krishna internal energy. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, sometimes called Krishna Chaitanya, is the embodiment of all this. He is God, guru, devotee, incarnation, internal energy, and expansion of God. As his association Nityananda, he is the first expansion of God. As a Advaita, he is an incarnation. As a Gadadhar, he is the internal potency. And as Srivasa, he is the marginal living entity in the role of devotee. Those Krishna should not be thought of as being alone, but should be considered as internally existing with all his manifestation as described by the Ramanujarya. In the Visitavaita philosophy, God's energies, expansion, and incarnation are considered to be oneness in a diversity. In other words, God is not separate from all of these, everything together in God. Actually, the Chaitanya Charitamrita is not intended for the novice, for it is the postgraduate study of the spiritual knowledge. Ideally, one begins with the Bhagavad Gita and advances through Srimad Bhagavatam to the Chaitanya Charitamrita. All these great scriptures are one of the same absolute level. For the sake of comparative study, the Chaitanya Charitamrita is considered to be on the highest platform. Every verse in it is perfectly composed. In the second verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the author offers his obeisance to Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. He compares them to the sun and the moon because they, despite the darkness of material world, in this instant the sun and the moon have risen together. In the Western world, where the glories of Lord Chaitanya are relatively unknown, one may inquire, who is Krishna Chaitanya? The author of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Krishna Dasa Kaviraj, answered that question in the third verse of his book. Generally, in the Upanishads, the supreme absolute truth is described in an impersonal way, but the personal aspect of the absolute truth is mentioned in the Isopanishad, where we find the following verse.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
And here, you wanted to add any points, Mataji?
Um, Prabhuji, here usually Mayavadis their view was that the God is like of impersonal and formless, and they think that mm, the realization of self, they did not need to talk, but the Vaishnava know the who is God, and uh, they they can talk about the Krishna, like not just for certain time, they can like glorify the who is Krishna or who is God, like every 24 hours they can talk. And mm, another thing is about the Panchatattva, who is the incarnation and who is the internal energy. I exactly forget, Prabhuji, sorry.
Thank you so
Um,
much. Please, Thank you so much, Mataji. So here, further, a devotee can speak about Krishna 24 hours a day, but whereas a fool, as soon as he opens and he is uh, exploited about his foolishness. So this is where, and Prabhupada is explaining. And then that is when he breaks his silence, his lack of knowledge is exposed. And then further, Prabhupada is explaining here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami offers his respects to the spiritual masters. Vande Gurun, Yesha Bhaktan, Yesham, Yeshavatarakan, Tat Prakashamsha, Tashaktihi, Krishna Chaitanya Sanjakam. It is the sequence. Vande Gurun, Isha Bhaktan, Isham, Isha Avatarakan, Tat Prakashamsha, Tat Shaktihi, Krishna Chaitanya Sanjakam. See, those are the 7 members have been addressed here. That is, he's offering respects to the spiritual masters in the whole parampara. And then Prabhupada is explaining about the the Lord himself incarnation to the expansion of God, to the manifestation of Krishna's internal energy. This is Yaddadvaitam Brahmopanishitadapyatanubha Yantaryami Purusha iti Sosham cha Vibhavaham Shadaishwaryaha Purno Yeha Bhagavan Saswayamayam Na Chaitanya Krishna Jagati Paratatvam Paramiham. So whoever is called Krishna, and that is the same Chaitanya, is both are the same. And Paramatma is the one Amsha. So likewise, he is a Shadaishwaryaha Purna, Yeha Bhagavan Saswayamayam. He is the complete personality, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is his personal expansion. And then he is offering, this is again, he is God, he is Guru, devotee, incarnation. This is Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam, Bhaktarupa Surupakam, Bhaktavataram, Bhaktakyam, Namami Bhakti Siktikam. He is the God, he is Guru, he is devotee incarnation, he is internal energy and expansion of the Lord. So he is offering his obeisances, that we will be seeing this one in the further in the verses. And also here Visishtadvaita philosophy about God, energies, expansion and incarnations are considered to be oneness in diversity. In other words, God is not separate from all this. Everything together is God. This is Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Siktikam. This is God is the Panchatattva. So here Prabhupada is using Visishtadvaita philosophy to support this. And then further, Prabhupada is bringing. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is the postgraduate study. So this is the Bhagavad Gita, and then next level is the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then Chaitanya Charitamrita is above Srimad Bhagavatam because it brings all the nectarian summaries and cream of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, different Upanishads, and the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well. So in aligning with that, that is Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Prabhupada says that it is the highest platform. Every verse in its Chaitanya Charitamrita is perfectly composed. Okay, like Srimad Bhagavatam, it is perfectly composed. And also, so here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they are mentioned compared to the sun and moon because they dissipate the darkness of the material world. Now we are the examples. We are now understanding who is Supreme Personality of Godhead and his energies, and what happens when comes into the Krishna consciousness. Okay, so that is that paragraph, and the next paragraph is about the Western world and where the glories of Lord Chaitanya are relatively unknown. So one may inquire, who is Krishna Chaitanya? And author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Krishnadasa Kaviraj answers that question in the 3rd verse. Okay, that we will see that one. So here Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Apihitam Mukam Tattvam Poshanna Apavruну Satya Dharmaya Drushyate Drushtaye Satya Dharmaya Drushtaye. So this is Prabhupada is bringing the Ishopanishad verse. Okay, so now can I request Mampi Mataji to continue from here, from this verse onwards for next 5 paragraphs.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tattvavam pusan apabruno satya dharmaya drishtaye. O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. Sri Ishopanishad, verse number 15. The impersonalists do not have the power to go beyond the effulgence of God and arrive at the personality of Godhead, from whom this effulgence is emanating. The Ishopanishad is a hymn to that personality of Godhead. It is not that the impersonal Brahman is denied, it is also described, but that Brahman is revealed to be the glaring effulgence of the body of Lord Krishna. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we learn that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. In other words, Sri Krishna Chaitanya is the basis of the impersonal Brahman. The Paramatma, or Super Soul, who is present within the heart of every living entity and within every atom of the universe, is but the partial representation of Lord Chaitanya. Therefore, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, being the basis of both Brahman and the all-pervading Paramatma as well, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As such, he is full in 6 opulences: wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. In short, we should know that he is Krishna, God, and that nothing is equal to or greater than him. There is nothing superior to be conceived. He is the Supreme Person. Srila Rupa Goswami, a confidential devotee, taught for more than 10 days continually by Lord Chaitanya, wrote, Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratisve Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is more magnanimous than any other avatar, even Krishna himself, because he is bestowing freely what no one else has ever given, pure love of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya's teachings begin from the point of surrender to Krishna. He does not pursue the paths of Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Hatha Yoga, but begins at the end of material existence, at the point where one gives up all material attachment. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna begins his teachings by distinguishing the soul from matter. And in the 18th chapter, he concludes at the point where the soul surrenders to him in devotion. The Mayavadis would have all talk ceased there. But at that point, the real discussion only begins. As the Vedanta Sutra says, at the very beginning, Athato Brahma Jigyasa, now let us begin to inquire about the supreme absolute truth. Rupa Goswami thus praises Lord Chaitanya as the most munificent incarnation of all, for he gives the greatest gift by teaching the highest form of devotional service. In other words, he answers the most important inquiries that anyone can make. There are different stages of devotional service and God realization. Strictly speaking, anyone who accepts the existence of God is situated in devotional service. To acknowledge that God is great in something, but not much. Lord Chaitanya, preaching as an acharya, a great teacher, taught that we can enter into a relationship with God and actually become God's friend, parent, or lover. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna showed Arjuna his universal form because Arjuna was his very dear friend. Upon seeing Krishna as the Lord of the universes, however, Arjuna asked Krishna to forgive the familiarity of his friendship. Lord Chaitanya goes beyond this point. Through Lord Chaitanya, we can become friends with Krishna, and there will be no limit to this friendship. We can become friends of Krishna, not in awe or adoration, but in complete freedom. We can even relate to God as his father or mother. This is the philosophy not only of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but of Srimad Bhagavatam as well. There are There are no other scriptures in the world in which God is treated as the son of a devotee. Usually, God is seen as the Almighty Father who supplies the demands of his sons. The great devotees, however, sometimes treat God as a son in their execution of devotional service. The son demands and the father and mother supply. And in supplying Krishna, the devotee becomes like a father or mother. Instead of taking from God, we give to God. It was in this relationship that Krishna's mother, Yashoda, told the Lord, "Here, eat this or you will die. Eat nicely." In this way, Krishna, although the proprietor of everything, depends on the mercy of his devotee. This is a uniquely high level of friendship in which the devotee actually believes himself to be the father or mother of Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Could you please summarize the points like from the part you have read?
So, in this paragraph, it's discussed that Chaitanya Charitamrita is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. So we all know that there are three features of God realization: Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization, which is the highest level and the most accomplished level of realization. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being Krishna himself, he is the embodiment of these three features combined. And he has got all six opulences, Sharaguna, like wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Then, and as we know that Krishna or Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the Supreme Lord, there is nobody equal or greater than him. Then Srila Rupa Goswami, a confident devotee, he said that I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is more. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful and magnanimous avatar among all avatars of the Lord, even more than Krishna himself. Because Krishna concluded Bhagavad Gita by saying that surrender to me, but he did not say how to surrender. So there comes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he came, he taught us in the disguise of a devotee that how to surrender to Lord. Then just says that yes, as there is another good point that Vedanta Sutra says that the purpose of the human life starts at the start of the human life begins with a question, and the question is Athato Brahma Jigyasa, or who am I? What is my relationship with the Lord? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us that how to inquire who am I and what is my relationship. The purpose of our life is to establish the relationship with the Lord. We all have a unique relationship with Him, and this lifetime is the purpose of this human form of life is to establish what is my relationship with the Lord. And by this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answers the most important inquiries that anyone can make by Athata Brahma Jigyasa. So, yes, and then in this paragraph, it said that anyone who accepts the existence of God is already situated. We know that there are 9 limbs of devotional service, but anyone who has this acceptance that God is there, he is already situated in devotional service. And to acknowledge that God is great is something, but not much. So Lord Chaitanya, preaching as an acharya, so a great teacher, taught that we can enter into a relationship with God. Yes. So in any other philosophy or in any other faith, we have a conventional belief that God is someone like old and he's very strict and he is the provider of bread. Even peoples of other faith, they go to their place of worship and they ask for, dear God, please give me my bread and butter. But in here we see that the Supreme Lord Himself, the Supreme Lord Himself, in loving reciprocation with His pure devotees, He has become son of His devotee. He has become a friend of His devotee. He's so merciful that He has even agreed to be the chariot driver of Arjuna. So here we see that the very nectarian and sweet relationship of the Supreme Lord with His pure devotees, that He is ready to become their son, or He's ready to become to become their friend. It's not always like God. Yes, God can be seen as a friend. God can be seen as father, mother. He's everything for us. He's everything to a devotee. His father, mother, his friend, his husband, and his master. So yes, we can see this high level of reciprocation, or the high level of relationship between the Lord and His devotees, and we can see this in this philosophy. So I think that is it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. That is very beautiful. So Bhagavad Gita ends with Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Saranam Raja, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and that is where that point starts. So how to do that? So that is devotional service. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu practically he shows all the living entities how one can progress in the devotional service. Okay, that is further. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mahavada, magnanimous. Thank you so much, Mataji. And there is always relationships with Krishna. Okay, now can I request Usha Mataji? So we are now 9 o'clock. We shall read next 4 paragraphs, please, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. However, Lord Chaitanya's greatest gift was his teaching that Krishna can be treated as one's lover. In this relationship, the Lord becomes so much attached to his devotee that he expresses his inability to reciprocate. Krishna was so obliged to the gopis, the cowherd girls of Vrindavana, that he felt unable to return their love. I cannot repay your love, he told them. I have no more assets to give. Devotional service on this highest, most excellent platform of lover and beloved, which had never been given by any previous incarnation or Acharya, was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Krishnadasa Kaviraj, quoting Srila Rupa Goswami, writes in the verse of his book, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna in a yellow complexion, and he is a Sachidananda. Sorry, Sachinandan, the son of Mother Sachi. He is the most charitable personality because he came to deliver Krishna Prema, unalloyed love for Krishna, to everyone. May you always keep him in your hearts. It will be easy to understand Krishna through him. We have often heard the phrase love of Godhead. How far this love of Godhead can actually be developed can be learned from the Vaishnava philosophy. Theoretical knowledge of love of God can be found in many places and in many scriptures. But what that love of Godhead actually is and how it is developed can be found in the Vaishnava literatures.
It is the unique and highest development of love of God that is given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even in this material world, we can uh, in mater- we can have a little sense of love. How is this possible? It is due to the presence of our original love of God. Whatever we find within our experience within this condition, life is situated in God, who is the ultimate source of everything in the original relationship with the Supreme Lord. There is real love, and that love is reflected previ- pervadedly through material conditions. Our real love is continuous and unending, but because that love is reflected pervadedly in this material world, it lacks continuity and is in everything. In everything. If we want real transcendental love, we have to transfer our love to the supreme lovable object, Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. In material consciousness, we are trying to love all lovable. We give our love to cats and dogs, running the risk that at the time of death we may think of them and consequently take birth in a family of cats or dogs. Our consciousness at the time of death determines our next life. That is one reason why the Vedic scriptures stress the chastity. It is uh, it is the chastity of woman. If a woman is very much attached to her husband at the time of death, she will think of him, and in the next life, she will be promoted to a man's body. Generally, a man's life is better than a woman's because a man usually has better facilities uh, for understanding the spiritual science. Hare Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Hare
jai.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to add any points, Mataji?
So especially here, the love, we have to love the God, and then there's like a gopi, how they loving the Krishna. So the way we love like a mother's, he's the Sachinandan, so, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came himself to how to be love, and then why they said to like they say love to go of love of Godhead. So what is the love of Godhead is how we loving the Krishna, and then that about the knowing the Vaishnava literatures. So that way we have knowledge about the God. So the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is came in Kali Yuga, and then he's showing how to love the God. So that's probably my understanding. So you can explain with my brothers.
Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely read and summarized. So here Krishna and the gopis, Krishna once his statements, he says to gopis, Mai bhakterihi bhutanam amrutattvaya kalpate. My devotional service unto me. Mai bhakterihi bhutanam amrutattvaya kalpate. It is immortal. Amruta, immortal nectar. Amrutattvaya kalpate. Diskya yadasin matsneho. And whoever is making friendship with me, diskya yadasin matsneho. Bhavati nam madapanaha. O gopis. So I have disappeared among yourself because you would make more love towards me, intense love towards me, always thinking of me. Bhavati nam cha madapanaha, to increase the love for me. And then Gopi, they have gone for very, very far. They have given themselves to Krishna without Asulkadasika. So there Jaitedikam Janmana Vrajaham Shrayata Indira Shashvadatrahi Daita Drusyatam Dikshuta Vaka Svaidruta Sava Swam Vichinvate Saradudasaye Asulkadasika. Asulkadasika, they have given themselves to Krishna. Asulkadasika. Sulka is one purchases the girl from the parents of the girl. That is previously it is the Sulka. But here, gopis, without paying anything, they are giving themselves to Krishna. Just like that, they have surrendered. So Krishna could not repay anything. So I cannot repay your love, Krishna told them. So such a kind of devotional love, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, he is giving that love to all the conditioned souls. That's why he is Mahavadanyaya. This is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, so that he came to deliver Krishna Prema, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then further, that is again love of Godhead, which is the highest, and all the Vaishnava literatures, it explains that one. Next paragraph, Prabhupada is explaining. So the love in this material world, it is between the people. One always thinks, Atmajaya Sutagara Pasudravina Bandhushu Niroda Mola Hridaya Atmanum Bahumanyate. He thinks that I have got Atmajaya Sutagara, I have wife, children, and everything. Pasudravina Bandhushu, I have got animals and Dravina Bandhushu, so many family and friends and all the vehicles. So for my living, Niroda Molapadiya, in such a way, he thinks that it is Atmanam Bahumanyate, everything belongs to me. He feels that is permanent. And that is because due to the absence of the love of God in such kind of persons. And the love between man and woman, that is the highest in this material world. That is also here, it is a little sense of love, but there woman always, there is not real love between man and woman in this material. It is perverted reflection of the love of the spiritual world. Buddhamola madashakam ashwadham prahuravyem. So this is here always woman has got some kind of expectations from the man, and similarly man has got expectations from the woman. When there is a conflict, when one cannot fulfill the desires of other, then immediately the fighting starts. But whereas the spiritual love and love on the transcendental platform, it always increases, like the gopis and Radharani, they show towards Krishna, and the devotees, they show towards Krishna. If they are facing some problems or happiness, everything they dovetail in relation to Krishna. Oh Krishna, because of your blessings, I am enjoying. I have got all these facilities. And also when they are in troubles, they say, oh Krishna, because I would have been suffered more, but due to your mercy, I am suffering very less. Likewise, everything they connected to Krishna. That is the pure love. They don't think anything outside of Krishna. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Oh, everyone love only Krishna. He is the only object. Yo yogo Bhagavad Bhanu. Bhagavad Bhanu. It is the arrow towards the Lord through devotional service, loving devotional service to Krishna. Okay, and then further, in the material consciousness, we are trying to love that which is not at all lovable. We give our love to cats and dogs, running the risk that at the time of death, one has to remember not the cats and dogs or family members. One has to remember Krishna only, Krishna alone. That's why in Krishna consciousness, every day we chant, follow the regulative principles, free from the material attachments, and focus on Krishna. Whenever we develop until we are of 50 years or 60 years, whenever we retire from the material duties, then that will increase further. If we have not developed that love for Krishna at this stage, it will be very difficult to develop in the older age. By the time the ways are already set. So here this is Antakale Chamam Eva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram Yah Priyat Samadbhavam Yati Nasti Atra Samsayah. This is Yam. Sorry. This is Yam Smaran Bhavam Tejichyante Kalevaram Tam Tamevaiti Kaunteya Sada Tadbhav Bhavitaha. If he remembers Krishna at the time of death, he will go to Krishna's abode. So that is one's consciousness at the time of death determines our next life. That is the one reason why the Vedic scriptures stress the chastity of women. So here, Kapil Bhagavan gives this statement that a man, if he is attracted to woman body, which is completely illusory, woman body is the God's made illusory form, completely illusory form. One should not bewilder by looking at a woman at any point of time. Similarly, a woman, if is also attracted to the man by the man's earnings and his protection and his home and his giving children and protection to the children, all this paraphernalia, that's why she is attracted. And that is compared like a deer in the forest. It is attracted by the hunter's music, and then hunter will capture the deer. Likewise, a woman is captured by the man's opulence, man's protection, man's wealth, man's children, like that. So woman also needs to be, and also if woman is attracted to husband very much, then she will get a man's body in her next life. And because man has got better facilities for understanding the spiritual science. So this is on the generally on the bodily concept of life. If woman generally, the wife always serves the husband. But on the spiritual platform, here man or woman, if both are remembering Krishna, both go to the Krishna's abode. That is the spiritual platform. So this is until one comes to the spiritual platform. So woman and man, that is the material relations. And once they come to the spiritual platform, they both progress in their own way towards Krishna. Okay, so likewise, this is our Chaitanya Charitamrita introduction. So we are halfway through. So we shall stop here. And I request dear devotees, if you would like to add any more points and you have got any questions, kindly share or kindly ask. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Like according to our level, then how can we love Krishna?
It is very easy, Mataji. So, for example, a mother develops the love towards the child. So, as soon as child is born, because mother is always carrying the child in the womb for 9 months, 9 to 10 months, because of that weight, and also she is being going through so many transformations in her body. As soon as the child is born, the mother has got natural affection, and because she has been serving the baby, the service, and after birth, and she is always looking after without sleep, without her doing her activities, always focus on the child. And likewise, when she is raising the child in due course of time, the love towards the child is the most, the highest in this material world. The mother's love, it is the highest because she has served the children. That is the love, because the service, when we serve Krishna, so that's why whenever devotees have got deities in their home, and then every day they offer bhoga and then offer prayers and then giving the dress, and then some devotees, I have seen some devotees, they take just this much of Krishna deity as a Bala Gopal, and they have taken a big plate and then having all kinds of bhoga. Every day they feed Krishna, and then taking each and every item, put it, and then just like, and then they take Krishna to the bed and then dress him, like that. They perform every day. But at least in our capacity, we may not find such kind of time in this country, especially. If we have little deities, or uh, if we do it, we will also develop that kind of love. But here, when we are doing that kind of thing, we have to give our time. And but Prabhupada tells that spreading Krishna consciousness is more important than the deity worship at home. If you have got a temple nearby, go to the temple and then speak on Krishna consciousness. If that is not, if temple is very far away, then you can have the deities. So that kind of priorities are given. So, but here, one is reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. When you do Bhagavatam, we understand the potencies of the Lord and the glories of the Lord, relationship between the devotees and Krishna. There we know the relationship. That is the Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. Abhideya is the performing the activities, devotional service activities, because you know the relationship between Krishna and yourself. And then you step towards through your activities to the service. And then Prayojana, you attain the ultimate the benefit. So it is only that through the service. What is the service? Pranaihi, Addaihi, Diya, Vacha. So through our life, Addaihi, through money, Diya, through the intelligence, Vacha, by speaking, Shreya Acharanam Sada, one has to perform. So in the Krishna consciousness, for the pleasure of Samsiddhir Haritoshanam, for the pleasure of Krishna. How do Krishna pleases? He says in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, who are dearest to him. And also he mentions in the 18th chapter, who are dearest to him. He mentions in the 15th chapter, who are very dear to him. In so many places, Krishna says, who are free from the material attachments, who are rendering service to Krishna, thinking of him, and they are very dear to Krishna. Who is speaking about Krishna? They are very dear to Krishna. And that way, when we please, we develop our relationship with Krishna, and in such a way, the love as well. The love is the ultimate, the fruit of devotional service, Krishna Prema. And also, so there are 10 offenses needs to be avoided while chanting. This is the desired success of our chanting is Krishna Prema. At the end, this is the one. Ultimately, one has to get that Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
Please forgive me for my ignorance because I fairly new, so I don't know much about it. But with regarding to keeping a baby Gopal, so we treating as our like son. So we do offerings and like bathe him and like dress him and just like like what we do with our children, like maybe like a little bit more, whatever. But at the same time, some people like they're offering lamp and incense. So like that's when I'm just not sure because we treating Lord as our son. So like I have two boys, yeah. So whatever. But like, do you know what I mean? Where does he like doing the the diya and the incense and fits in there?
Yes. So that one, okay. So when we are children, mother takes some kind of smoke for the children's healthiness, and she also does some kind of thing. And also when children get some kind of bad days fall on the children, some kind of feeling. At the time, the mother also gives the harati to the children so that all the inauspicious things from the child needs to go away. Mother does to the even children by taking some little bit karpura and do the harati for all of
the najal dose thing.
Yes.
Oh.
That also there. So the feeling is very, very important here when we are looking after Krishna as the son. Likewise, the loving affection that develops as well. Yes.
Okay, so that's that. But like when we offer like every day, my friend, she has Laddu Gopal. So when she offers bhog, she will offer a lamp, incense, then a bhog. So then the other one, she just offers in like lamp and stuff done like later in the evening. So offering lamp every day I know we're doing to like the deities, but like this is we treating as our son. So like, how does that fit in? I'm really sorry if I'm not making sense.
So here, so Krishna as a child and offering lamb, if as a Damodara, he is bound by the love, mother's affection. So Yashodama is binding Krishna with the not with the ropes, but with her love. So that is where all the devotees also offering. I also wanted to bind Krishna with my love. Ghee lamps and the Kartika month, everyone offers. And how do we fit that one in when we are treating Krishna as our son? Means Krishna, he is Bhavagrahi Janardhana, and he sees the heart, our activities, what we mean to Krishna. He Bhavagrahi Janardhana. Anything. So Krishna says, Yad Juhosi, Yad Karosi, Yad Dasnas, Yad Juhosi, Dadasi, Yad Tapasvasi Kaunteya, Kurushva Madarpanam. Even though you are unknowingly doing anything, you do not have any knowledge, you don't know any process at all, but you are doing for Krishna, that is sufficient. Yad Karoshi, Yad Dasnasi, whatever you do, it doesn't matter you have got intelligence or not, whether it is right or not, it doesn't matter to you. You are doing for Krishna's pleasure, that's it. Kurushva Madarpanam, you do it as an offering to me. So that is Krishna's statement to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, like to add to the Mataji's point, question. So you were mentioning the consciousness is much more important in which way we are calling Krishna. So I heard from the devotees, like it's not only for Laddu Gopal, generally the arati is for inviting Krishna, basically. We want to invite Krishna, we are invocating by doing arati, that process. That's I heard. That's what I wanted to add. Like maybe we are trying to call Krishna through doing arati, and then he comes, and then our consciousness, based upon our loving mood, we serve him with bhoga and other things. It could be like that as well, right?
Yes, Mataji. So as soon as yes, so that is the invitation as well. Yes,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Yeah. I have another question. Like the last sentence we read, like generally a man's life is better. You're in the right position now. You don't have to change, Prabhu. Like generally a man's life is better than woman's because a man usually has a better facility for understanding the spiritual science.
Yes.
You mentioned that it is, yeah, of course, in literature also. If you go into other literatures, you might find the answer. Like it is in the bodily consciousness. But when at the present moment, if I see like the devotees, even if you see the devotees, even in temples or even in kirtans, we see a lot of women engaged more and more in the devotional activities rather than men.
Yes.
And we understand this like in the modern, if I go and tell to someone, some other person, they just come and fight with me. How can you say that woman is lesser than men? It's kind of like differentiating the thing.
Yes. Yes,
It's a little bit the debatable point here. Like we need to give the answer for those.
Yes, so it is a straightforward, Mataji. So here, a man after Pancha Haso or Dhanaha Vanam Rajet. So what is the 50 years? After 50 years, he has to leave from the family responsibilities. Vanam Rajet. But a woman, she cannot leave the home at any point of that is not prescribed. So man can detach from the family easily. That is the facility. That doesn't mean that he is spiritually advanced. It is the facility. But woman, she cannot leave the home. It is not prescribed for women. She has to stay at home, look after the children, and thinking of execute the devotional activities as it was given by the husband to woman. That is her. So, and a man can go cross ignorance and passion and go on to the mode of goodness. And woman cannot because of her bodily nature. She can go up to the passion. So because she has got shy and feelings, which is the protection layer. The shyness is the protection layer for a woman. But man, he doesn't. He can completely free. So man, we can say the men are going vatarashanam munayah chaturah tanviksha vatarashanam chaturah kumaran. So this kumaran, they go without any clothes, but women cannot go. And so if we see our traditions, she is always covering her body completely with the cloth. Even the whatever the tradition, even the Muslims also we see, Hindus also we see covering because woman body is once again it is a bewilderment for everyone. So that's why she is given such kind of restrictions, cover her body. And that's why she is always, if anyone goes, I'm a woman, and then she immediately she thinks of her protection. But man doesn't feel that. That is the mode of passion in the bodily concept, in naturally. That's why woman, better than women, man has got more facilities. This is the facilities level, not the spiritual advancement. But at home, if man is not utilizing those facilities, then it is Sayeva Gokaraha. And many women are utilizing, staying at home, progressing in the spiritual path. They are better in better position, better utilizing the opportunities. So here it is only about the facilities here mentioned.
Okay.
Does
Yeah.
that answer, Mataji? Or?
Yeah, I can understand. That's, yeah, I understand that women are highly emotional in nature, though, than the men who are very rational in nature. So they can better understand, easy for them to understand the philosophy of God than the women, because they are more towards irrational side, which is emotional side. But at the same time, we see more women are so much attached to devotional service than men. Like women's, because of the same thing, the emotion is the same thing which is making attached to Krishna as well.
Yes.
I can only see like that then. Because of the emotional nature, it makes more attachment towards Krishna in the devotional service when compared to men also. So in that angle, yes, the emotions are very, very needed for the loving relationship with Krishna.
Yes.
That maybe men will be a little bit lagging in that to understand
Yes,
that emotional touch.
yes,
Probably
Mataji.
that's what I can understand. Like
Yes,
maybe
yes, correct.
so like this.
Yes. The soft nature of women and the emotions to Krishna, they can easily develop that love to Krishna.
If we become also too much rational, then we go on arguing and questioning everything, then we come to the conclusion very, very late stage of our life. Oh yeah, because we want proof for that. So men might be more on that type of asking questions, why this is like that, why that is like that, it should be like this, it can't be like this. So they are more like logical. So they
Yeah.
might also, if someone some man is not believing in God or Krishna, then he just go on arguing more and more and more, and then he has to do some research kind of thing, and then he has to conclude, yes, there is a God. It takes a long time for them to accept as well. Yeah.
Yes, and if a man is established in Krishna consciousness, he can travel and he can become Parivrajaka, go to door and ask everyone to preach Krishna consciousness. But women cannot do that. Of course, as long as government is giving protection, women also can do. But like man, he can go anywhere alone as well. But women cannot go. So that's why if we see our acharyas, many of them, once they're spiritually established, they can expand. And but women need some kind of protection as well to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. It's a beautiful statements. Women have got more opportunities to develop love to Krishna.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And in the soul level, there is no difference
No
between
difference, yes.
man and women. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Any other points, dear devotees? Any questions or any additions? Okay, if there are no questions or no additions, then we shall move to the next part of our program. Narsimha prayers. Okay. So today our Narsimha prayers by Bhaktini Tangma Mataji, and can I also request one devotee to lead, and Hangma Mataji is going to respond. Prabhavati Mataji, are you available? Or if no.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. If anyone, nobody is doing, can I do?
Yes, Mataji. So you lead the Narsimha prayers, and Hangma Mataji is going to respond.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladaladaine.
Praladaladaine.
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaka.
Hiranyakashipu
Shilatankanakalaye.
Shilatankanakalaye.
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimho.
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimham Madim Sharanam Prapade.
Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbuddha Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Tava Karakamla Varenakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalit. Sorry, can I get help here, please?
Dalita Hiranyakash
Yakashipu
Tanu Bringam
Tanu Bringam
Keshavadhirta Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare.
Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare.
Jai
Jagadish Hare.
Jai Jagadish Hare.
Jaya Jagadish Hare.
केशवधीर्ता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
जय
जय
भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय
श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय
जय
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे कृष्ण
So thank you so much, Supriya Gopi Mataji and Hangman Mataji. Very beautifully done. Thank you so much, Mataji. It is nice to hear you singing and welcome.
Thank you, Mataji, for helping me out, and thank you, Prabhuji, for this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu and Mataji. You sang very nicely, Mataji. Hangma Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. I hope I made few errors. I hope I will learn it in the future.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you, Mataji.
first time. It's very really nice. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mataji. So we are all, so in our Krishna consciousness, no one is judged. Everyone are on the same platform. It is practicing in Krishna consciousness. So it is all open and happy, all the time happy. It doesn't matter if we make mistakes in the beginning. So we keep always improving. This is our spiritual life. Everyone on the same platform. Thank you so much, Mataji. So now we are 43 minutes past 9 o'clock. So if you're all happy, and we shall conclude our session, and we continue in the next Saturday. So next Saturday is Bhagavad Gita Sangha. So this week is in Chaitanya Charitamrita introduction. So we will every fortnight we do the Chaitanya Charitamrita and likewise Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so with that one, we shall conclude our session for today. And the dear devotees, if you're all happy, if no more questions. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनन्तकोटि वैष्णवेभ्यो जय। Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna conscious night everyone. And see you tomorrow morning for Japa session at morning 5:30 a.m. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.